What's happening, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. Info 5000. Today, we're going to look at a video by Anthony Brian Logan. He's talking about Kevin McCarthy going forward with an impeachment inquiry. So, without further ado, let's just get into the video.
So Kevin McCarthy wants to open an impeachment inquiry against President Joe Biden. Will this go anywhere? We'll talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Speaker of the House, Republican Kevin McCarthy, opening an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. Now, what does this mean, ABL? What's that? Great question. Glad you asked. An impeachment inquiry is an investigation. Are we going to be able to find the evidence that we need to be able to launch an actual impeachment against the president? Now, I can't really say I'm super confident over this. I hope that they'll be able to impeach Joe Biden. You know, we got 10 for the big guy. We got all kind of Ukraine nonsense going on. I hope they're able to do this and not only impeach him, but get him out of office. Okay, because we know President Trump got impeached twice and they were not successful because they were never going to be. But I hope that this is successful and we get to the first stage of an actual impeachment. Now, there's a lot I want to say, but first things first, let's read some of this article. Then we're going to get to a news clip, and I'm going to place everything right here in the description. And also, if you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But you see the headline here. Speaker McCarthy directs a House panel to open an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Now, let's read some of this here. I won't read the entire thing, but I want to give you guys a little bit more context. Speaker Kevin McCarthy said Tuesday he is directing a House committee to open an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden over his family's business dealings, launching historic proceedings ahead of the 2024 election. McCarthy said the House Oversight Committee's investigation so far has found a culture of corruption around the Biden family as Republicans probe the business dealings of the president's son, Hunter Biden, from before the Democratic president took office. This is AP, so it's kind of written in a way that's going to be favorable toward the left, as you can tell, but I digress.
So, I don't know if Anthony Brian Logan's going to do it, but if he does, that'd be great. But I'll do it real quick. So, an impeachment inquiry. Now, the Republicans already have determined by the investigation that they have already done and been doing that there's more information that they know about and that they need that they can't get to. So if you start an impeachment inquiry, that's going to be hard to say more than one time. What it's going to do is give them broader powers to basically get that information. And the way that it gives them broader powers is basically, we need this information. And specifically, they've said they want bank information. Then they can tie everything together. So they're basically saying, give us this information. If you don't, you go to jail. And that's what kind of power it will give them. So I'll explain it that way. Hopefully he'll explain it.
Quote, these are allegations of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption, and they warrant further investigation by the House Representatives. McCarthy from California said outside the Speaker's office at the Capitol. That's why today I am directing our House committee to open a formal impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. Now, let's just pause right here. Forgive me if I don't have a lot of confidence, because we hear so much about how the president is corrupt. We saw the laptop, we saw the emails, but it's like, what's actually happening? What's actually going on? Now, I got a video from John Fetterman. Now, I'm going to kind of agree with John Fetterman here. Now, normally, I would never agree with this ogre on anything, but I agree a little bit right here. I kind of understand where he's coming from. Let's just watch this and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Ask you about this news that Speaker McCarthy has formally launched an impeachment or has said he's going to.
Oh my God, really? Oh my gosh, it's devastating. Ooh, don't Don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh no, oh no.
We're gonna run back to the office, but
So, okay, my man has on basketball shorts and a work shirt in Congress. He don't really like Democrats do whatever they want to do. That's
Whatever
first.
they wanna do.
They do whatever they want to do. And then Republicans, we're like left chasing after them. He can go in there and laugh at that, say it's not really a big deal. Okay. Do all this kind of jazz right here. And it's kind of embarrassing and insulting, but at the same time, do I disagree with him? Not really, because look, what's really going to happen? Wake me up when we get some real traction going.
Democrats play dirty. They don't give a what. And the Republicans try to do the right thing. You got to fight fire with fire.
Wake me up when we actually impeach Joe Biden. Wake me up when he's actually out of office. Wake me up when this guy is out of office.
Yeah.
This guy had a brain injury and can't even really hear what you're saying when you talk to him. He can't even read or anything. He can barely read. He can barely speak, but yet he's in office wearing basketball shorts and a Carhartt work shirt in office.
Wow.
So, I mean, as much as I don't like this guy and I think he shouldn't be there, can I say that he's wrong for his reaction? No, I can't. Now, let's watch this here. This is more news about what's happening. And of course, I will link to everything in the box and also IG link in the bio. Let's go ahead and roll it.
We are getting some breaking news out of Washington. For that, we turn to Emily Wilkins. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Carl. Well, there's going to be some news on Capitol Hill. Speaker Kevin McCarthy is talking right now, and he is expected to announce his support for an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. This, of course, ties back to Hunter Biden, a lot of his foreign business dealings, and whether President Biden was involved either in soliciting money or whether he wound up being paid. Now, at this point, we've had inquiries going on here for several months looking into this. We haven't found any direct evidence that Biden was involved, but
let's pause right there. That's one of the main things that gives me lack of confidence, because they've been doing all this inquiries and investigations and spinning their wheels. It seems like every other day there's a brand new inquiry, investigation, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. I feel like they're just kind of wasting time, because I'm like this: either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it.
They've been investigating Hunter Biden for 5 years. And you don't have what you need, so I kind of see what he's talking about right there.
If you're not going to do it, just say that. If you are going to do it, let's get on with it.
But McCarthy is saying that what we have found has raised enough questions that he wants to begin an impeachment inquiry. And it should be noted, Republicans are not entirely united on this. While a lot of Republicans have been pushing for something against Biden, digging into him, digging into Hunter, you have a number of more moderate Republicans who are saying, hey, this is not what we should be focusing on right now. We really got to be digging into kitchen table issues. There's also been concerns from Congressman Ken Buck that there's just not enough evidence right now. But there's enough pressure on Republicans that you're now seeing McCarthy come out and endorse that as a path forward. And of course, the question at this point, this is an impeachment inquiry. Are they actually going to get to the point where they will move to impeach?
Emily, I also wonder how, so Congress is back, a sharp reminder there. I wonder how it relates to this upcoming deadline, September 30th, where the federal government runs out of funding and we could be facing a potential shutdown. Does this increase the risk there?
That shutdown is never going to happen. That's something else they always talk about. Oh, it's going to be a government shutdown. We need to have enough money, all this and that. That's just political nonsense. They're never going to shut down.
What this might do?
It's a great question. It kind of depends who you ask on whether the two are related. Certainly, Congress likes to say they can walk and chew gum. They can put together these spending bills while going on the impeachment inquiry. That's already been done. But the timing of this is very interesting because McCarthy definitely faces a battle from his own members to ensure the government is funded. A lot of the same members pushing to have this impeachment inquiry go against Biden are the same ones who have a very strong list of demands of what they want to see if they're going to fund the government. And so part of McCarthy's strategy here could be to give them an impeachment inquiry, maybe solicit some support for actually passing.
I'm so it's so tiring. Like, let's not have all these political games being played. Let's just make this happen. If you're gonna impeach him, do it. If not, then don't dangle it as a carrot and don't use it as a thing just to try and get some support among your peers in DC. Are you serving your peers in DC, meaning your colleagues in Congress, or are you serving us, we the people?
I think they are dragging it out, trying to get it closer, as close as they can to the election.
At this point, it's kind of hard to tell. And forgive me for being so cynical. I'm just saying, that's kind of how I feel right now at this moment.
A short-term funding for the government that will give them some more time to get the bigger bills together. But of course, it's a question on whether that's going to work. Chip Roy yesterday talked to reporters and he told them, look, these are two separate things. The impeachment is one thing, the spending is another, and we have demands that we want met on both.
Yeah, fascinating that it's an order from the speaker and not a House vote. We'll see what happens later in the week. Emily,
So there we have it. There's a video. That's the information about Speaker of the House, Republican Kevin McCarthy, ordering an impeachment inquiry to happen against President Joe Biden. Although there's a bunch of inquiries already. I mean, how many more investigations and research? Like, what are we trying to find at this point? What do we not know? I think we know everything. If I know all this about Joe Biden, 10 for the big guy, Ukraine, Russia, etc., if I know that, then what are they trying to actually figure out? What more is it to know? We're talking about Donald Trump and the times he was impeached. They didn't really have much, but they still did it. They just, okay, we're going to do it. Boom. Now, of course, they failed, which they were going to fail from the beginning, but it didn't matter because they were able to at least get to the first stage of impeachment. Republicans, are we ever going to get there when it comes to Joe Biden? If they don't impeach this guy, by the time 24 gets here and the election is here, I will pretty much lose faith. A guy like Kevin McCarthy, I will lose faith in if there's no impeachment. After all this time, resources, energy, carrot dangling, and there's nothing, I'm just not really, I would lose a lot of faith. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thoughts on the impeachment inquiry or the potential impeachment inquiry against President Joe Biden? You think it's going to happen? Not going to happen? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I'm kind of impatient. That's pretty much how I'm feeling. That's probably the best word to describe my feelings right now, impatient. Look, if we're going to do this, let's go ahead and do it, get it done, and move forward. If we're not, then don't, and let's move forward with something else rather than keeping us in this limbo. Oh, maybe they are going to do it, maybe they're not. Let's just do it or don't, and that's it. Simple. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe.
So my opinion on it is, I just don't know. And I'm not scared I'm not afraid to say, I don't know. But the points that ABL brought up was, I mean, very valid. You've been investigating Hunter Biden for all these years. And supposedly Joe Biden has ties to dealings with Hunter Biden and getting prosecutors fired and Hunter Biden selling influence and all this type of stuff. It would leave one to step back and take a pause and say, what the heck is taking so long? But maybe they're crossing all their T's and dotting all their I's because they only have one shot at this. They must get this right. They must get this right because the point of impeachment is that hopefully that they would try to move the guy out of office. So I'm thinking optimistically, maybe that's it. Because this stuff has been going on for a minute. And there's a lot of things, allegedly, that the Biden family is involved in. So that's my 2 cents. I really thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, share, subscribe. So on this channel, I was gaining a few subscribers here and there, 2, 3, 4, 10 a day. I haven't gained a subscriber in all of a sudden 90 days, but it's not going to stop me from doing videos. So enjoy.